Buongiorno. That's welcome back in Italian. This is David from Welcome Back Comics with a quick toy haul video. Well, we'll see how quick it is. Based on my time here in Italy this summer. I spent too much money. I'm excited about what I've got. Some of it maybe going back out to the masses once I've realized that I bought stuff that I don't really need. Let me start off with the first thing I found, which was a Facebook Marketplace meetup I did outside of Rome when I first got here to Italy for a bunch of stickers that came in Italian comic books in the 1970s and 80s. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll just give you a flavor for sort of what they look like. So these were inside of the comics. Obviously this one, a Fantastic Four. They have a little bit of a musty smell to them, which I'm not thrilled about, but once I get them home, I'll try and air them out a little bit more. We got a Thor one here. I love all of the kind of 1970s B and C-list characters and the small headshots on the side. We've got some that are labeled the Eternals, but obviously that's Nova there, but definitely the Eternals here, right? Like when in the 1980s were the Eternals gonna get a sticker set? So these are pretty awesome. I think I got them at a pretty good price, although again, as I'm doing this, the musty smell is a little bit much. This is the art, I believe, that was on the 1960s Fantastic Four t-shirt. Got a couple of these. So again, duplicates may go on sale. Just a whole bunch of them. So excited about these. These were kind of one of the types of things that I was really looking forward to finding here in Italy, right? I'm not interested in finding stuff I can find in the US, but stuff that was unique to the European or Italian market. And I will say Italy seems miles ahead of where other non-US countries are in terms of the amount of US comic books that were around early on. And then a couple where they started getting used a little bit. But these came with a bunch of other rando stickers that I don't have any idea about, ranging from other properties to, you know, some advertising type stickers here, like the Levi's. These are a combination of Space 1999, Captain Harlock, you know, so some other stuff that was maybe a little bit more prolific here in Europe. These other stickers, I'm not sure what I'll do with, but definitely, you know, are up for grabs in the case that any of the 7 people who watch this have an interest in them. But yeah, like I was saying, it seems as though Italy just had a wave, you know, they had very well developed Marvel and DC comic books in the 1970s, which I'll show you a few of later because I did also stop at a comic book store. So that was my Facebook Marketplace meetup. And then I connected with Leonardo from Toy Heaven, who's featured on the Toy Shop on Tour original set of videos, which was how I found him. You can see a couple of photos on our Welcome Back Comics Facebook page that show his warehouse, and he was very gracious to both meet me, show me all of the Marvel stuff he had, sell me a bunch of stuff, and he's shipping me some amazing Halloween masks that I was worried would get hurt on my trip home. Yeah, I'll do another either video or photo shoot with those. They're incredible. In fact, you can see them in one of the photos I have up on Facebook right now. So I bought a bunch of stuff from Leonardo. I'll start with the image you saw at the beginning of this video, which is actually a Halloween costume. No mask included, but a costume, which this is the cover art for it. The back is just a blank box. But these are freaking adorable. Like obviously very bambino sized, as they would say here in Italy, kid size, little kid sized, but just amazing. Fantastic Four costumes. Now this is technically Reed Richards, although I meant to grab the one that was Sue Storm. The only difference between the two costumes is there's a label right here that tells you who it is. Oh wait, I did get the Sue. Huh, I think he's wrong. So it says Sue there. So either he had 2 Sues, or made a mistake because he called me later to tell me that he thought I grabbed the wrong one. So these are super cool. Apparently they did make a Human Torch and a Thing, and he had a buddy text him like literally the day I left saying that he might have a line on those. So there's a possibility I will have two other costumes to join this. I think those are so cool. Now I need to get a little baby mannequin to display it. I bought these horrible goggles. I mean, the actual goggles themselves, which I'll hold up a little closer, no markings whatsoever, nothing to indicate that they're Marvel related. The only reason I bought these is for the card art, because really, when have you seen She-Hulk in her original costume advertising, any kind of product? So I thought that was super cool. Again, the product itself was garbage, nothing I care about. And if it ever came off the card, obviously I wouldn't want it. But the card itself, I just thought was too cool not to pick that up. I don't actually yet know what Disegni Magici, apologize to any Italian speakers out there, is, but this is a Incredible Hulk, still sealed, obviously got the pencil in there and everything, so kind of some sort of book that and I'm sure there may be either magic eraser or some kind of puzzles or something in here. Leonardo does a good job of keeping his stuff sealed. I haven't opened any of this yet because I've got to first fly back to Ireland and then fly to the US. So a lot of this stuff I will open up in the US and post pictures if there's some cool stuff inside. Obviously, I'm not going to break the actual seal on this, but if there's anything I can tell by taking it out of the bag and board, I'll let you know. Bought a little sealed package of stickers. I just thought, again, the cool art on there with that classic Fantastic Four 1960s marketing picture and Spider-Man. A couple other Spider-Man. These are transfer heroes. So I forget what they're called in the United States, Presto Magics or some kind of rub something. Not, as you all may know, I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but I love the fact that Falcon's in this one and got Doctor Strange in this one, and they have kind of cool shot of some of the other heroes on the back. And this one just has a Spider-Man sort of instructions on the back. I have a store display hanger of this sort of sticker. Now in Spanish it says Superhéroes Pegatinas, but the same, like, really, really bad card art, like if you look at Iron Man's mask. But I've never seen, the ones I have are all small stickers, kind of about this size, a variety of different heroes. I had never seen before these versions of the heroes, just sort of one big sticker. And then, again, you can kind of, I guess, swap out Iron Man's hands or his boot. And then they also had one of Spider-Woman. So these I thought were super cool and will fit in the display that I have at home really, really well. Then I bought, which again, I haven't opened yet, the Spider-Man Fantastic Four board game. I'm curious to see, and assuming that the stuff on the inside, and again, nothing particularly exciting about the back. I'm assuming the inside is going to be the same as the US game, which I have already, although I'm not sure. But I just thought the cover art on this was kind of cool. And this seems to be a sort of pose or look to Spider-Man that's very common in the Italian market. Last couple things, but not least, although a little bit of impulse buys. These are Flexi Spider-Man, so like little, kind of like Miko bend and flexes. Again, the bend and flex themselves, from what I've seen, are not necessarily worth a ton, but I thought it was super cool to get it on the card. So again, even though I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, and this one's unpunched, there's a possibility that I would put this one up for sale. Or this one, which was very much a impulse buy. So the game and the costumes were something I bought when I went into Leonardo's place. He had sent me pictures of some of this other stuff beforehand, and I decided to buy it. And then this was also sitting on the table. Again, it's another bend and flex. You can see, it's maybe just possibly a little different, or maybe not at all. No, looks like it might be the exact same one, but on kind of a totally different card. Sort of an interesting way for it to have been sold. And it caught my attention enough to pick up both of them. Yeah, I don't know that I need both of them, but I also, once I have something in my possession, sometimes I don't let it go. Yeah, so that's the sort of first wave of stuff. And if folks get a chance to ever interact with Toy Heaven with Leonardo, I couldn't recommend a more super friendly guy, super good to work with, happy to ship to the United States. So if you're looking for foreign toy toy stuff, and he does not just have superhero. In fact, superhero is probably the smallest bit of this massive warehouse that he has. Then I went to a comic book store to kind of look around, and usually I don't buy a lot of foreign comics, but I do like to pick up one or two that are kind of unique and bring them home with me. In this case, I did something completely different and bought, for those of you who know Welcome Back Comics, know we like to do comic sets. Well, apparently so did the store I went to, whose name is escaping me right now, but it was cool. It was a really cool comic book store. So this is Hulk and the Defenders. So it has sort of a combination of Hulk and Defenders books in it. There's 38 books in this set. I think there were 44 total. So this is almost complete. The covers sort of alternate between between Hulk and Defenders covers. And again, what I was saying about the Italian market kind of being similar to the US, these are pretty much just reproduced cover art. Whereas when you look at Spanish books or some other foreign books for US books, they had somebody redo, like SB is the artist, the last name of the artist who did a lot of the Spanish covers from Spain in the 1970s. So I particularly like to pick some of those up. And also the 1970s ones were often in other countries, black and white reprints, more in magazine size. These are from the late 1970s into the 80s, comic book sized, and again, reprinting basically the cover art from the inside, from the US issues. They don't necessarily match up issue to issue. So like number 5 of this is not necessarily going to be what number 5 of Defenders was, but it would have been a cover art from a Defenders issue. So these were a decent enough price that I decided to bite the bullet, pick all of them up. Again, they alternate between Hulk and Defenders covers. I'm a big Defenders fan, not as much a Hulk fan. So there's a possibility that I will take a few of these as samples for my own collection and then put some of these out at shows and see if there's anybody who's interested in a foreign comic book. And then the last thing I picked up at the store was apparently this company, Raccolta, did these kind of oversized kind of annuals that I'm guessing there's no actual information about what books are in here. I'm assuming they reprinted a few different issues, but this one did have a different cover art. And you can even see in the back there, I believe it's supposed to be Hellcat, I think, but she's in a red costume. So this was pretty cool. And you can see, again, I think that's supposed to be Nighthawk, but no cape or wings. So I thought this was cool enough that I almost just walked out of the store with just this, because again, what I usually pick up is just kind of a sample or two of something that looks cool and has a unique cover, but something about the whole set of Defenders. And what I don't know yet, because again, these are sealed really well, and I'm not going to open them until I get back to the States. What I don't know yet is whether or not these books have, so you can see right here, that's basically telling you that there are stickers inside. So I don't know if these are complete and have the stickers from the issue, or if whoever owned them the first time took the stickers out. So that'll be a fun thing to find out when I get back to the United States. So that is most of my Italian haul, minus a few Halloween masks that are being shipped back to the United States for me, and possibly one or two things if Leonardo finds something else that I might like before he puts that package in the mail. Hope you enjoyed it. Ciao, and we'll see you soon.